Good morning. Good morning. I was waiting for it to click over. I'm so sorry. How are we all doing this morning, guys? Welcome back to my online fitness studio. And I'm Ali Green. And this morning, sorry, I've got a frog in my throat. And this morning, I'm going to bring to you some stretch and a release. So, are going to need a foam roller and two prickle balls, two soft prickle balls. But if you don't have prickle balls, two tennis balls, and preferably old tennis balls, not new balls, just old ones, you know, the fluffy ones. Have those because you've always got those lying around, don't you? So two, but you do need two. You do need two. And a resistance band. I forgot what it was called. It's a long resistance band, preferably one that's not connected, so not a long loop band like the infinity bands. Just one of these ones, you know, the cheap ones, or preferably off a roll. If you can get one off a roll, you can cut it to the length that you require. And usually, if they're pre-cut, they come about just over a meter, which isn't really long enough. Could do with a little bit of a longer one. So you just need a mat. You can do it in whatever you've got on. Good morning. Good morning. I didn't see you come on. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Absolutely. So just a mat, just some room. I'm just going to do some mobilization first, just because we may not have been up too long. We may have just got up. Have some water as well. We're going to work into some trigger points. So this is a great little piece to do before a workout, after a workout, at the end of a day, at the beginning of the day. You can do it whenever, really. Halfway through the day, just pick a few stretches and some movements just to get some mobilization in, that kind of thing. So, should we get going? Should we do a little bit? So the music is the brand new Pure Energy Winter Chill album that we're using this morning. It's not chilly at all. I think it's fantastic. It's kind of like Kylie Minogue-esque for me. Some of her slower stuff. It's got that bit into it. Okay, guys. So just find yourself standing on your mat, just behind your mat. Doesn't matter. You don't even have to be able to see me, really. You can just, as long as you can hear me, then we'll be good. So I'm just going to do a few shoulder rolls here. A few cricks and cracks there. Just up, back, and down. And then reverse this, just reversing it. And you're going in your own rhythm. So you don't have to stay at my rhythm. You don't have to stay at my pace. Just using your breath, breathing in and breathing out, in through the nose, out through the nose, or out through the mouth, whichever one suits you best. So just a few. Let's circle backwards again. Just allowing that to move. I'm going to step forward just a little bit here. Oh, raise your right hand to the ceiling, lean over to your left, pull back with your tummy, lift, and then the other side, just lifting up, pressing over. Oh, that feels good this morning. Both arms together, big deep breath in, lift. If you're happy to, a little back bend there. Hands come down, let's do that again, lifting. Don't worry if you don't like the back bend, it's not for everybody. Reach your fingers up to the ceiling. And coming down. I'm just going to do a few sweeps, really, just a little bit of energy. So we're just going to lift up, swing the arms down, lifting up, just creating a little bit of warmth. Drive through the hips, lifting up, pull back with your tummy, of course, lifting. A couple more times. We should be getting some warmth now into our system. Lifting up and down. Couple more times. I'm enjoying it too much. One more. Reach up. Excellent. Nice. Whew. I'm going to come to the end of my mat, and just to get down onto the floor, we're just going to do a roll down. So feet underneath your hips, pull up with your tummy. Standing up, take a deep breath in. Expand your ribs. As you breathe out, roll the chin towards the chest. Pull up through your tummy though. Engage your pelvic floor. rolling down. Let the arms draw you down towards the floor. If you need to bend your knees, bend your knees. Sorry. And just a little press up, pull up with your tummy, and then just walking your hands back down onto the floor. Coming into all fours. And again, just making sure that the inside of your elbow isn't pointing away from you, it's pointing towards each other. And if you struggle, like I do, to do that, turn your thumbs gently in so your index fingers are kind of pointing towards each other. So just to kind of round it off that back, lift up. And then just release down. Now you can come to that flat tabletop back, or if you're happy to, just lifting up and then curl from your tailbone first. So it's almost like a little wave that comes from the tailbone up through the middle, and then release. And just let the breath flow, don't worry. No right or wrong here. We just want to breathe in and breathe out. Really expand your ribs. Pull the shoulders back. And let's just sit back into a resting position here. Oh, I'm getting some cricks and cracks in my knees. So just pressing your fingertips to the end of your mat. Knees are wide. Let the chest come through the center. And if your forehead can come to the floor, let that happen. And again, let the breath flow. Stretching. Actively pressing the fingertips away from you. Just acknowledging any tight sides. So is one side slightly tighter than the other? Usually you can feel that one arm is kind of trying to push a bit further than the other one. And just sitting back. Nice, so we're not in any hurry. So just sitting back. Allow the lower back to kind of spread out. Let your body weight and gravity just take over here. Come forward. I'm not going to allow this knee to go over my toes though. So I'm going to squeeze my backside, opening up the front. So we're closing the back and we're opening up the front. Just gently pressing forward. Shoulders increase the pressure. And using your breath, expanding your ribs. Just gently opening. Can you go a little bit further? It may be the tiniest movement, but you can just feel that as that melts away. And then we just increase it and you can just feel that tension again. And then just ease that off. Nice. Change your legs over. I'm going to come this way. You can just change over. And again, we're not letting this knee go over the toes. I can't even balance. It's going to squeeze your backside. So we're shortening here, lengthening here. I can always feel it on this side. So just gently pressing through. And again, just acknowledging where the tight bits are. It might be completely different than the other side. Squeeze. Doesn't have to be a big movement. Just gently pressing through. Expand your ribs. And again, just let the breath flow. But I don't want big expansion. So you take a big, deep breath in and then breathe out. Hold in here. Squeeze. Actively squeeze your glute. And that will open the front of this hip. Same arm as the front leg. Back of the hand just on the inside of the thigh, the knee. We're just gently pressing round. It's just going to help just turn that round. And from there, that's all I can do on this side. And again, hopefully you can see my differentiations between both sides. This side is obviously very tight for me today. But as I breathe in, I can almost feel the tension. And then just allow it to ease off. So just doing these kind of stretches can help, and I'm going to emphasize help us not get injured. Sadly, it's not, it's not going to stop us. Hands round to the other side. Sitting down, pressing that hip away. Head comes through the center if you want it to. Rest it on your arms. and release. Okay, we're going to come over onto our bottoms. Have your prickle balls and have your band. Move that one out of the way. So just rolling yourself all the way down. If you've got your prickle balls, place them behind your knees. Just squeeze them in. Oh, that's quite nice. So from here, we're going to roll down, sit up nice and tall, tuck your tailbone, tuck your head in, and just gently roll yourself down. Slowly, slowly, slowly. And then coming down. And then just hugging those knees in. You can gently press those balls behind and just allowing body weight and gravity to hold the balls really behind those knees. And then release. Take the balls away one at a time. So you're into this tabletop position. You're going to drop one foot down to the floor and then the other. Okay, so gently lift your hips up and place the prickle balls underneath those glutes, underneath the hips, either side. So from here, your feet are flat on the floor. You've got your fist-sized gap between your knees and your feet. So your feet aren't too wide here. Allow your chin to come towards your chest. And again, just let the breath flow. I am going to give you some breath, but you don't have to. So from here, we're just going to drop the right knee out to the side and then bring it back. So you're just allowing body weight and gravity to draw that knee out to the side. I'm not pushing it, and then drawing it back. Chin towards your chest. Allow the shoulders to relax. And then drawing it back up one more time on this side. So you may be feeling some warmth. You may feel it almost kind of grips hold of the ball. Change sides, all normal. One side can be completely different than the other. Completely different. And then slowly bringing it back. 3 more times here. Just using your breath. Breathing in. And then breathing out to come back. But please don't worry. If that breath cycle does not suit you, I just want you to let that breath flow. Excellent. Just a nice little massage here, side to side. So you're using the hips to roll, not the knees to roll your hips. And keep placing the balls back underneath so that you can feel it. Some of the movements aren't the most comfortable, granted. We're hydrating into these really tender spots. So a bit like when you walk along the beach and the sea goes out, you step on the sand and you can see where you're around your foot. And then when you take your foot away, it draws that back in. This is kind of the same sort of thing. So just gently place your feet, remove your prickle balls. Okay, so I'd like you to go up into a shoulder bridge. So gently pressing your feet into the floor, lifting the hips up a little bit higher than usual. You're going to place 2 balls just onto the ribs, hands out, and then just lowering yourself down. So obviously we're going to get a really good stretch here. Maybe you can feel it in the front too. Oh, there was some cricks. Okay, so you may need to just have a little wiggle round, and you're almost coming into the points of your shoulder blades. So, you know, kind of they come together, don't they? And there's that little point. So you're looking around there, but find a comfortable spot. So feet flat on the floor. You may want to take them a little bit further away, and that's absolutely fine. Just make sure you're nice and comfortable there. And obviously the ribs are being flared because we've got these obstacles here. Allow your shoulders just to relax. So if you're happy to stay here, please, by all means, do that. Other than that, hands come behind the head. We are going to engage the core here. So as you do that, pull up with the ribs, just curling forward. And this time you're going to turn over to your side. So you just roll in on those balls a little bit, pull back with your tummy, engage in here. We're going to come back to the center. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. You are pulling those elbows in. I'm not asking you here. This is going to stick your chin out. Keep moving side to side. Not in any hurry. You're not in any rush. So we're here. We're just rounding off. And again, you can move. You can find that spot. Just coming over to one side. Back to the center. Other. So just any spots that are a little bit more tender. Or just right under there. And that's just reminded me, I'm getting what they call referred pain. So even where the ball is, I'm actually feeling it coming up through here into my shoulder, maybe into my neck. And make sure you're even. So finish off here. And then roll yourself down. Let yourself go over your balls. Oh. And just allow your shoulders to relax. Breathe, expand your ribs. And then you can have your hands behind your back and we can just roll down. Moving your feet nice and slowly. Lifting up. So you're getting weight, you're getting compression here, you're getting movement. So that's again, looking for the pressure on the sand as the sea goes out, and then you're taking the pressure off. And then the nutrients is coming back in. We're hydrating into these sticky points. So you do need to make sure that you have lots of fluid. Oh. And actually you could roll off them. You could just roll off. That's the easiest way to get them out. So just roll off so you can bring them back in. Sorry, excuse me. So let's come into a hamstring stretch here. If you've got your band, you can use your band. If not, that's not a problem. You can still do this without a band. So bring in one knee into your chest, band around that foot, and the leg comes up to the ceiling. Other foot stays on the floor to start with, knee towards the ceiling. No band, no problem. So hands either behind your thigh, or if you're feeling a little bit more flexible today, you can go for the calf. You're looking for the leg to stay straight and not press behind the knee. Now, if you want to, of course, lengthen the other leg out. And again, using that nice deep breath in through the nose and out. And another option here is to just lift the chest, but you are drawing the leg towards the chest. So we're looking for the stretch here behind the thigh. And you may even feel it into the outside of that calf of the leg that you're stretching. And release. Let's change sides. So again, if you've not got a band, either behind the thigh or the calf, leg stays on the floor with the knee bent on the other side just to start with. And again, which one is slightly tighter than the other? If you want to, lengthen the leg away. So don't come back, don't pull that stretch so the leg starts to do this. We don't really want that. We just want to feel that gentle tension, and then hopefully the gentle tension eases, it melts away. And then you may want to just bring the leg just a little bit closer to you so you can feel the tension again. But again, it might be minute. And you can lift that chest if you want to. We're still breathing, guys. We're not holding our breath. And then release, take the band away. Bring both knees into your chest, wrap your hands underneath. Encourage some curvature on your lower spine, lifting the tailbone off the floor. You can just give yourself a little bit of a hug, maybe a rock side to side. And maybe forward and backwards. And then one foot on the floor. And then the other. Turning yourself around. I am going to bring ourselves up to stand. I'm going to come through an inverted V. So if that isn't something that you like to do, make your way to a standing position nice and slowly. So again, watching the inside of your elbows, thumbs turned in. Tuck the toes, lift your hips. So this way we're rolling the biceps towards the ears and the triceps out, shoulders away from the ears. Pull up with your tummy. And then just gently lower the heels to the floor. Doesn't matter if they don't touch. Pull up with your tummy. Bend your knees if you need to. Walk your hands back towards your feet. And again, keep the knees bent if you need to, if that feels more comfortable for you. And we're going to roll up. So draw up with your tummy. Pull up with your pelvic floor. Tuck your tailbone underneath. And round nice and slowly. Let the head drop. Pull up. We're not in any hurry. Shoulders onto hips. Standing up nice and tall. That's where you have to sort of rearrange yourself, isn't it? So if you do have some prickle balls, let's just roll on the feet, because this is just so lovely. We do neglect our feet so much, don't we? We get up in the morning, we may have a bit of a stretch, upper body, maybe lower body, but we don't really do anything with our feet. So just squidge your ball down, open your toes, pull up with your tummy, bend your knees, slight break at the hip, leaning forward, spread your toes out. I always have to look down at the ball, otherwise it goes really awry, so I apologise. Excellent work. Change sides. Squidge it down though. Get some pressure on it. Get some pressure on it. Forward and back. Nice tension here. Open the toes. Outside of the foot is always nice, right on the heel. It's lovely there. Into the arch of the foot. Super. So let's just stand with our feet underneath our hips, standing up nice and tall. We should feel a little bit more open, especially in the back. So just give your shoulders a bit of a roll, backwards and forwards. How does it feel? Does it feel a little bit easier than it did when we did it at the beginning? Guys, take a deep breath in. Lift your right hand, lift over to the side. And the other one, change and lift. Let's do one roll down, but we're gonna come up as well. So breathe in, breathe out, roll down, pull up with your tummy. Bend your knees if you need to. And this is where I see my toes aren't level. Bend your knees. I'm gonna say it again, pull up with your tummy. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, turn your toes up and roll yourself up. Tucking underneath, rolling up. Take one deep breath in, bend your knees, lift. Come up onto your toes. Little back bend if you're happy to. Don't worry if you're not standing still. And release. Give your shoulders a big roll. And we are ready to start the day. I hope you enjoyed that. Whenever you've done it, of course, if you've done it on replay, on catch up, do let us know. Leave some comments and let us know how you feel about that. We are ready. We are ready to take on the rest of today. So drink lots of water, guys. As I've explained, fascia and everything that we've been doing there is quite thirsty. So it's going to draw, it's going to get rid of some waste that's built up, that's made it sticky, and pull in all the good stuff. So do replenish that as well. Still time to join me at 10. There's Sculpt and Tone. We'll be using this band this morning and the mini loop band for some toning all the way through. It is going to be glutes on fire, upper body, lower body. There is not a piece of your body that is going to be left out this morning. So that is in half an hour's time. Is there anything that you would like me to show you? Yes, good. Absolutely, it's perfect. This is such a good little thing to do before a class, after a class. It's maintenance, really. It really is maintenance. You know, it will help us, and I again emphasize, help us not get injuries. It won't completely stop us from doing that. Of course it won't. But if we continually do that, we're not putting extra stress. We're not getting those really, really tight muscles. We're just giving ourselves, Melissa, how are you? Pleasure. You know, we're just giving ourselves some TLC, which you're allowed to do, which you are allowed to do. This is not a waste of time. Don't leave a class before the stretches, those kind of things. It's still really important. If you enjoyed this kind of thing, on Thursday evening at 6:30, every Thursday, it's going to be an hour's worth of fitness Pilates, and I will add some trigger point stuff into it. So hopefully if you've got, I'm really pleased you are. That's lovely to know. So if you've got any questions or queries, guys, if you want to know what the timetable is going to be in December, the best thing to do is either go over to my website, aligreenfitness.co.uk, or get on the mailing list. And if you pop over to my website, you can get yourself onto that, or send me your email address if you're not already on there. There's loads of good things over on there. You can find out where to get equipment from, but also DM me, guys. I'm more than happy to send you in the right direction to get some home equipment. This kind of thing doesn't take up much room and literally is priceless from what it does to your body. Okay, that's me. I'm over and out. I've got another class at 10, so don't forget, if you want to join that, there's still time. Take care.